Hey guys, welcome back to the Snapbrain Chronicles. We're coming back at you with another Ratchet video, or a couple of Ratchets. As you can see, these are a couple of Proto Ratchets. Pretty common. I think you might even still be able to get these new. I think if you look on Amazon on the Proto Ratchets, they still might make these. They've been making these for at least 80 years, I would say. From the 40s, maybe even late 30s until possibly today. But the interesting thing about these is that they were from a particular period of Proto or Plum. Plum got into some legal wranglings with, I guess, another Plum Hammers, supposedly, and they wound up changing their name from Plum to Proto in the I think it was the mid 40s. So this is kind of the period right after they turned into Proto. But before we jump into all that, if you find these videos at all helpful or entertaining, could you do me a big favor and subscribe and hit that like button? It's really easy and it's free, so why are you not doing it? Alright, anyway, so yeah, this is the period right after Plum turned into Proto, and they started marking their tools Los Angeles. You can see it there barely, and probably see it here a little bit better. Proto Los Angeles, manufactured USA. Same model numbers as you would probably find today. This is the 5449, pretty famous Ratchet, and this is that's the 1/2 inch, and this is the 1/4 inch version. This is the 4749, Los Angeles, manufactured USA, Proto. So Los Angeles Proto was, according to Alloy Artifacts, started from the late 40s, and it went up, I guess, into the around the mid 50s. So if you find one of these tools, Proto, with Los Angeles on it, it's probably late 40s to mid 50s. And these I got in a set, pretty cheap. I had the 3/8 one also. That one I left out because it's not part of this era. But I think I paid like 20 bucks for the set, shipped. I think it was shipped, yeah. It was shipped from eBay. So, not too bad. I have these. I have this model. I have, I guess, a good number of them. But I don't think I had a 1/2 inch Los Angeles. And maybe not a 1/4 inch Los Angeles. So here they are. This one's in kind of a little bit more rough shape. You see the pitting and the missing chrome and stuff, and the inside of this was a little rougher. Let's open it up real quick. And the old Proto in this model had this this washer, this lock washer in on their screws. So look out for that. If you see these old ones, they use those lock washers. And this is just a peek inside. I'm not going to really take it all apart because I think I have a couple of videos on how to take these apart. They're pretty simple. Just take the screws off, spring, pawls, compressed spring and pawl. The switch is in the middle, and the switch has a little post sticking out that they pinned this little piece of plate metal onto. And a lot of times you find these and they might be missing the switch on them if they're pretty old. There's the switch in there. It's like a bell. It has these two pawls that once one gets out of position, It lets the other one position, and this is how it looks like when it's ratcheting. And you switch it over, and this pawl gets smushed, and that one comes up, and then that one's ratcheting. Like so. If you want to really take all this to get out, you can. Here's the gear. It's kind of coarse, I think. Maybe 30 something teeth on the paw. This one is the one that kind of had the most problems, even though it looked the best, and inside doesn't look too bad either. Just for the heck of it, I'll show you the inside. This one. The problems with this one is that it had that problem where it has the switch missing. So I put this little piece of tin can there kind of to hold the switch from falling into it, because when I got this, the switch wasn't there. It was inside the ratchet, kind of swimming around, but it was there. These switches, if you need to make a switch, they're not hard to do with kind of regular hand tools. You take maybe not a switch you would use every day like non-stop, but if you need just something to put there and that will pretty much work. What I do sometimes, if I find these without switches, I take a tin can, I cut it. This one's kind of a rough one, but I cut it to shape, and you can look at the shape of different ones and just copy the shape and put a hole. And they have flat, this switch pin or protrusion has kind of flat sides. See if you can see it. Slightly flat sides, so the switch won't swim around. And you just get some files, needle files, and heavy duty kind of snips, and you can make this shape. It's not too hard, like I said, with some hand tools. I've made these before. You could probably make a better looking one than this one. This one's really rough, but here's the inside. You see everything's the same as that one, just everything's smaller. See how small the two pawls are, and the springs, and the little switch in the middle. There is the gear, and the switch wasn't really the biggest problem with this one. Yeah, there is another problem with it. Let me close it so it won't spill its guts. The big problem I found with this one is the ball detent. At first it was sticking out and it wouldn't go in. It was just kind of sticking out, and you couldn't press it in. And I tried with small pliers and blah blah blah. And then I put some penetrating oil in it, and I used heat, and I got it to go in. I did, but as you can see, it went in and it's not coming out. So I tried to put some penetrating oil, try to get a magnet to see if I can wiggle it out, and blah blah blah. And it took me a good while messing with it, and I just gave up. It's the spring or whatever is dead. I don't know if the hole, the ball was too big for the hole, or this got pinched somehow, and the hole became slanted, and the ball will not go up and down. Have no idea. The handle looks in good shape. Doesn't look like it's been abused or anything. But yeah, I used heat, everything. Kept tapping it, with a hammer, penetrating oil, nothing. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. I probably tried them, but if you guys come up with something different, I'll be willing to try it. Yeah, it's pretty much in there. And you can see there's probably some of the residue from the penetrating oil that I put in there. Yep, and it will not budge. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this set. This is the set of Proto Los Angeles, the early Proto from Style. Not really Style. They've like I said, they made this ratchet forever, and they might still continue. I think last time I checked was maybe a year ago, and I did see these still on Amazon, brand new. So, and probably you could probably still get those parts from a parts kit. Will probably fit into these, even a new parts kit of Proto, whatever model it is. Even a new parts kit will probably fix these also. Alright guys, that's all I got for now. Until next time.